So we are back for the final of, I think it's the first B team or B level tournament at Spots and Stripes. So we've got Darren Hall against Thomas Reed. I've not seen any of Thomas play today. I should have checked. I'm just going to call him Tom. I'm pretty sure that's what he's called on his county stats. But these two, I believe, are mates, or they're from the same area. But I was just speaking to them before, and they have not done a deal, which is good because it kind of can ruin, well, just ruin the final really if one of them is not so fussed about winning a tournament and they're just happy with the split money. But no, they are playing for it. So it is £480 to the winner, and I think it's 220 to the runner-up. So I've seen pretty much 3 games or 2 games today, and they've both been Darren, and I get to watch him again. But Thomas, I've not seen any of him. I had a comment about him being in the tournament earlier from a mate of mine, and I think I've only really seen him in one frame, but he has looked pretty good. Certainly looked like he knew what he was doing, and he's broke well there. I'm not sure he actually hit him that good. I was kind of not fully watching, if I'm honest, but I mean he's going to be buzzing with how they've come out. Just needs to get a little high on this. Oh, it's a bit smelly. It's a little bit further than he would like. So I think if he could, he'd have wanted to be on the, I think like just to the right of the 8 ball here. I mean, he's obviously comfortable enough for side to play that, but he couldn't get the line he wanted. But I think that's as good as really. He's on that. Can he get? Yeah, and he had the angle to get on this ball in the bottom right. So just screw this back, past the baulk line. Just make sure you take care to get past the middle. I suppose it doesn't really matter. He's still going to be on the 8 ball, but just a little bit further away than he probably would have wanted. Yeah, I think they're both from London. Darren, I know far more because he plays in here and he's in here fairly often. Comes to all the Flyers, and I think we actually played in one of the Flyers. He beat me 3-2, so short format. But I remember thinking that he played quite well, so he's obviously more than capable. I mean, both of these are. I'm not sure if any of the viewers that are watching this watched the past 2 rounds, but I was sort of going on about how I think there's no reason, like, these players are as good as the players that are in the A category. It's just their thinking sometimes, or pattern play, or like attention to detail, why you realising when a shot needs to be played with a touch aside so that the margin of error is more. That maybe it's the reason that they're in the Bs. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a high standard match. I definitely don't think it's true to say, oh, these are B players or whatever. Like, they're just not very good. It's definitely not the case, and certainly the start from Tom is proved that already. So if you're looking at going yellows here, this plant's a little bit awkward, but if he makes it, it's just dropped. Then again, I fancy him to get out. So I'll be interested to see what's his last ball, what's his connection ball. So I'm gonna guess that he will leave the 2 up the top till last. So I wonder if he could probably play both of these. I mean, maybe I'd have played the other one if it went, and then left the white. So if you look at where the bottom yellow is, if you could left that till last, or well, last of the two down here, and then stun that in, you just left the white there and cut the one in the middle, and then you almost come along a natural line, which is it's clearly what he's tried to play. He's just not got enough sides. I mean, he might be able to still force it, but yeah, if when he had three left down here, if the top one went, then he should have played that, and then he just would have been guaranteed on the right line of this shot. As it is, he's probably got to take a little bit of a liberty and hope the pocket takes to get the line. And I think even then, it's not. He really wanted the line to go between the two reds. He didn't. I mean, he's been lucky. He's played a good shot because he's had to play for that line because he didn't have the line right before. But there's a reason that he wanted to play for the line between the reds, because it just gives him so much more room. Whereas that he's had to be precise, he's had to get a good flick, and he has, but it's just not quite come out that well. It's almost as good as he could have hoped, but yeah. Whereas if he'd have been half an inch to the left on that last shot, I mean, he would have. They'd already be racking up the next frame, to be honest. So yeah, just backs up the point about that like small attention to detail, and all of a sudden he's got one ball left. Darren's got absolute drop-ins, and he's got to make a double and then pot the black, which I don't know if it goes to the bottom left. And it's gone from. The black's come out alright. I was gonna say it's gone from. Thomas has made all the running in this match so far. I mean, Darren's only had a dry break, and Thomas started well, but it should be 1-1 now. And it's just because when he had two left at the bottom, he played them in the wrong order. I'm saying that I can't go back and check if it did go, so I might be wrong, but if it did go, then he should have played it. Darren's maybe just run into a little bit of trouble here. I think if he can pot this red and just nudge the black, just to get it a little bit more open, and hold on the red in the other middle. I mean, he's guaranteed to be in a ball, you would imagine, because he's got ones over the left middle, right middle, or balls that go in the right middle, balls that go long. So feels like a bit of a no-risk shot, but it might be too thin to get the cannon on the black. Nah, so it's perfect. The black's probably gone a little bit further than he'd have wanted, but it's not really a big problem. So right middle, if he's straight, screw. Even if you have to use the cushion, play left middle, bottom left, and it just leaves yourself natural angle to get down onto the black. It's a good shot. I mean, he can, because he's not come that far on this, it's probably the shot to play to the middle. And I think if you are at the top of the balk line, the top of the line that's in the centre of the table, then you're absolutely perfect. He's played to get straight, which is fine if you get straight or you get past straight. But if you're short of straight, then this could be smelly. Yeah, that's how it goes wrong. He should have been playing to get at least straight, because you're always better off to be past straight than you are short of straight. Because then he's had to screw up and play short position on the black. In a bag it doesn't go in. And he's just found that tiny bit of difficulty in the finish. I mean, the kiss has come out okay and he's potted the black, so it's probably not not a point that he would maybe reflect on if he was watching this back. But yeah, it's just a small detail. I think on his first break as well, Tom really controlled the white, sort of straight up and straight down. And I think if you're doing that, you deserve to to make balls and get like the easy finishes. I don't really like seeing people chuck everything at the break, nearly pot it in both middles and get tap-ins. I don't think they deserve that, to be honest. But if you control the white, and then there's a bit more skill in it, to be honest. So we'll see what happens, see how he hits it. I mean, yeah, I've cursed him. He's gone dry. He's gone dry, and he's lost the white. But I think if I'd have hit that break, I would I could accept going dry because he's not played the shot how he's meant to play that shot. And he might have got away with it. I reckon that yellow does go, but not from there, not queuing off the rail. So it's a long one. I mean, reds aren't bad. They're both. You can get a finish on either colour, to be honest. But neither of them are easy. Both of them are sort of. They almost feel to me like finishes that you might get, but you don't really know your pattern until you've got like two or three left. I mean, ideally he wants to take out one of the ones on the rail if he can next. Would probably have been better because now all of a sudden he's got two or three balls that he needs to play in the same pocket. That he basically needs to play the one close to the pocket and then get come around for the other ones, and he's just not got any. He's taken out all of his connecting balls. It's good effort that. I feel like he's the only reason though that the balls have come out that good is because he's missed it. I think if he pots it, I don't think they come out quite that well. But he's just trying to make something happen. But yeah, I've never seen Tom play other than these first two frames and half a frame earlier when he's playing someone from my local area. So I'd be interested to see if he goes for these. I mean, you can play short position first. Um, I mean, there's actually probably the option that if he just rolls this in or nudges the yellow, gets just off straight on the red over the left middle, can he play? I mean, he's got two options. He could play the red that's closest to the blue spot off the yellow at pace and open them up that way, or he could um, play to land just past the middle, pot the one that's well. How do you describe these balls? Well, he's not even going to pot that. I was going to say pot it in the top right corner and crash into them, and you're guaranteed on the one in the middle. But he spotted the other ball. Obviously, didn't like it bridging, which is understandable. I think here this will probably show you what type of player he is. The shot here, in my opinion, is to play with drag to the red near the side rail, and your red's going to be open, but the yellow goes safe and your opponent's snook, and you basically say get out of this and get safe somehow, or fluke one, or I'm going to win a frame. But he's chosen the aggressive option and not got it. So Darren just going to hide. He's potting. He's played into them. He's come out alright. So my guess from looking at this, even though I've got exactly the same camera angle as you, by the way, I'm sat in a nice roasting hot office in the side of the club. Um, I think it goes if you get on it like low, so sort of almost close to where the bulk line is, and maybe just flick it with a bit of side, uh, and you're dead weight. You might be able to squeeze it in. If not, I don't think he should have potted the last two balls. But is he playing this off it? Uh, doesn't want to white. So, I mean, he's left. He's left Tom pretty good to go into this off the bottom rail. I think if he plays into this, he'll play like I think he's going to miss it unless he plays it with side. Yeah, that to me, and he's hit it softer as well. So I think he needed to play it with a bit of check side if he was going to get into that. So he's just misread the shot slightly, and I still think maybe the shot is to try and get on that side rail and play that shot that I said earlier. The only problem is it's now Darren would have a decent chance of getting safe. Just the fact that Tom's got less balls on the table. But yeah, I don't think he gave that shot quite as much care as maybe he should have. Because he wanted to play it one with more pace. So basically, he's hit it softer so that it doesn't throw wide. But really, he needed to play it with sides so that he could play it at the pace he wanted. He's got a chance here though with loads of run inside if he's going to go into it. He's just playing safe. Ah, this shot's about 5 minutes too late. I mean, it might still win him the frame, but you do well. I think Darren will probably hit this if I was guessing, and fair chance he gets safe, or even if he leaves Thomas shot, it's going to be tricky. But I think as well, if he was going to play that, he would have been better off not potting the one next to the black, and just playing the one over the pot the other one that was in like blue spot area, stun over to that side rail, and then play that, because at least it puts a little bit more pressure on the safety. It's gone wrong. It's about the only way to sum that up. So he's going to get the rewards. I'm not sure he deserves those rewards for playing that shot right at the end and potting his balls to then play that shot, but he has got away with it, and it's a 2-1 to Tom. It's weird, Darren's break. He doesn't really hit. He sort of just like pushes it and just. It's not very hard. And he sort of chucks his arm at it, but it's just weird to look at. He's not hitting it hard. I actually think in the last match he started to break worse at the end of the match when he started to hit it a little bit harder. I think he started off breaking good in at the when he was breaking at the start of the match. He was hitting them softer. They was coming out quite nice for him. He just couldn't punish or take his chances. But then Stacey obviously lit him back into the game. So I've just been joined by the men's national reigning champion and champions player. Tom, take a headset. Tom, do you think you're too big time? So Tom's just won his. He's just started off his defence of his crown, and when he draws me, I'm going to drill him in the second round. No. So yeah, obviously I got a little bit distracted there by some Redhill. I suppose not even Redhill royalty now, Tom. But yeah, I think looking at the way the balls went off the break, fancied Darren to get them. I'm not sure what he's playing here. I mean, that's a little bit. It feels like a precise shot he's playing, and maybe if he'd have landed on if he was straight on the bottom red, he'd have played it long. But this just feels. This is a bit of a twitchy shot. Is he going to play this to move the yellow out of the way, or just nudge it? I was going to say, if he nudges it, then he's taking a chance just that he's awkward queuing. I think he's alright. If he'd have been a little bit further to it, a little bit further to the left as we look, then he'd have been really no good on that because he's right-handed stretching over. It just would have been smelly, but as it turns out, he could just about get to enough of it to make it pretty simple. And he's going to have got them, but that shot is just. It just adds something that could have gone wrong. I think I would have liked to see him maybe play that harder and clear those yellows out, because he's always still going to be on the red, I would say. But yeah, not to keep on harping on about small attention to detail. He's got them, which is the main thing for him. I feel this match is going to go. It's going to go to a decider, which is not exactly a big call considering it's at 2-2. But I think we're going to carry on. We're going to see a couple more dishes, a couple of scrappy frames, and then I'm going to predict that it's going to go 4-all, and whoever. Well, whether Tom breaks dry or doesn't, I think whoever comes to the table first is going to take the finish out and snooker themselves on the black or miss it. But we'll see. It's just, and then it'd be funny between two mates if the other one had snookered them and they fluked it. But there's nothing quite like getting a fluke to beat one of your mates. But that's I suppose it depends how you view it. They might not talk to you for a while, but it's a good one to have over them, especially in the final of a comp. Oh, Tom, straight in. I think that's. I think for any players. Well, actually, let's commentate on the frame first. I think you go yellows, and you don't play this one in the middle. You play the one to the left of it in the middle, and what you do is you leave yourself. You leave yourself short on the ball he's about to play now, and you pot it and you crash into the other balls. The reason you do it that way is because you're going straight into it. You can leave yourself the natural angle because you're going straight into it. You can play it with as much pace. Whereas the shot that he's chose to play, so he's played to be a little bit shorter than that and then crash into it off the side rail, is that you're limited by how hard you can hit it because it will throw different off the rail and it's just a little bit more smelly. But um, yeah, that was definitely the shot to play the other one, and then put the other one, the one that he played first into the right bag and go into it, especially because he'd have had the yellow by the middle bag that's there at the minute as a safety ball, which is something that you always want to keep that there basically to when you go into a ball, because you never know what you're going to be on. But at least if you've got a ball near a pocket, you can educate, like it's an educated guess that you're probably going to be on that one. But he's doubled it anyway. But yeah, just a little note to anyone, or I suppose to Darren if he ever watches this back, that just try and get into your bad balls early and try and leave a natural line to go into it. Just make the finishes easy for you. But he's still fancying from here. Need side. No, he was alright. He just got the pace right. I thought he was going to go behind the red. So I presume this goes. I don't think he's looked at it. It might have been. It must go easy. But he would have wanted to. He would have wanted to put that thicker. So basically, more like just hit it as straight as you can and pinch the pocket to the right hand side of the pocket. So we look at it. It just makes his yellow a little bit easier. Whereas now it's a bit thinner. You got to run the white across. Whereas really, like, should have just been looking to be straighter on it, roll it in one rail, and he's on the black, nice and easy. As easy as played. Oh yeah, I weren't sure that was in. These camera angles, man. But he played a very good shot on that last ball to come twice across and get on the black. So I said we were going to see some more dishes. The point I was going to make at the start of that frame as well was that's a mistake from Tom. Again, these players are at a level where you going off the break, you shouldn't be saying that was unlucky. Like, it's a bad shot. If any other shot you just go straight in off, it's a poor shot, and it's the same on a break. He hit the first break of the match really good, if I remember correctly, straight up, straight down, and then he's flirted with the left middle, nearly gone in I say the left middle, it's the right middle as we look at it, and then he's obviously made an adjustment on the next break and gone straight in off the left middle. So yeah, that definitely goes down as a mistake, and it looks like it's gonna put him on the back foot in this match. It's 3-2 down. Darren's broke well, or they've split well, I should say. I'm not sure how much that red was over the bag, but I think if you play the plant on the ball that he's closest to on the first shot, then you kind of take this problem out, because now he's come to the table with tap-ins, and after one shot, like, he's landed in a position that he's all of a sudden got to play a good shot, or he's pretty much lost the frame. It's just a slightly poor, quick way to lose a frame from that position. But Tom's still got to take these out, and I say they're tap-ins. I don't really like calling them tap-ins. I think people should have more respect for the fact that it is actually quite tricky to pot 7 balls in a row as good as easy as some people may make it look sometimes. You've still got to be good enough to work them out that way. But it was certainly a really good chance for for Darren. I think he would have done 3 dishes in a row as well, so certainly would have put the pressure on Tom being 4-2 down, having lost the last 3 frames, not really played a shot other than putting the white off the break. But this hasn't gone. It just hasn't gone too well for Tom. What can he play here? I feel dead weight playing the one furthest on the right of the table. Oh, that one went. I didn't realise that went, to be honest. I have to say, I understand how some commentators feel now when you're trying to call certain shots, but you just can't see what the player sees in terms of what balls go, what balls don't go, and it makes you look a bit silly. But so it is what it is. So probably is he going to play the one at the bottom? So it's a little bit careless to land short, but he was just about okay. When he had 3 left, I'd have almost been half tempted if you're feeling good to just play it long. It just takes out any work, but I mean, he shouldn't really have needed to. He just landed a bit short when he played the bottom one. But it is 4-2. So, well, my decider prediction's not looking great at the minute. But it is Paul and it can change around very, very quick. Especially when Tom's got his good luck shirt on. I wonder if that's a superstitious thing. Just wear that when you're playing pool. Sort of like a Team Blessed thing where it just gets in people's heads if it's got something on that's lucky. So Tom, I'm not surprised to be honest. He's changed where he's breaking from. He's hit that. I mean, he's hit that pretty straight. But again, it's harder when it goes straight in the corner. But really, he's stunned it straight in there. So I think if you go straight in off the middle, it's a huge mistake. If you go in the corner, it's a bit of a mistake, but also like he's a little bit unlucky that nothing's kissed it or anything like that. But it does mean that Darren has a chance for the match, the money, the trophy. The trophy? I wonder if there's a trophy. I don't think there is. But yeah, just to win the tournament anyway. And I think the way that he's played in this match, I wouldn't be surprised if he got out here. There's still work to do. But if you go the right way, then yeah, I fancy him. He's just sort of landed no man's land. I think he got, if you put it into context, he's 4-2 up. The guy's not had a go from 2-1 or like Tom's clearly frustrated from the white going in the break twice, and he'll probably feel like the breaks cost him a little bit. Don't play something stupid and give him a chance to get back in the match. Like I would have liked to see Darren flick off that and leave the white in the draws and sort of say to Tom, like, you're 4-2 down, you're under it, you're clearly a little bit frustrated, like, what are you going to do about it, basically? Whereas this, say he makes that and then he pots another ball, but then he's still awkward, doesn't get out. Like, he's just making it easier for Tom as he, every time he pots a ball, it just makes a frame easier for Tom. It's a good shot, that. It's well judged. And because the white's close to the rail, it's not easy to sort of just jack up and play a swerve shot. I mean, I don't think the swerve shot's the shot anyway, but I think the one rail just sort of before the middle, and hopefully you leave the white at the bottom. You just don't want those yellows to plant, but obviously the whites come up. So I wonder if Tom's looking at going game here. I don't think he's got a good angle to play a cannon here. Not unless he decided to screw and play two rails. So just below the middle, bottom rail and into the awkward balls. Because I don't think he can go before the middle at pace and go into the black and the yellows, but knowing my shot calling so far is probably plumb on it, but we'll see. These are awkward. Again, I probably don't mind if he can just find a containing shot and just wait. I don't feel like he needs to do anything at the minute, Tom. He doesn't need to force it. See, I told you he was absolute. That's come out unbelievable. So yeah, there we go. I didn't think that was on from the angle that we had. So if he plays this one bottom left first and tries to land on the two reds that are together, if he lands on the other one in the left middle, then he's played that well. He's really good on that. Can he stun it? I wonder if he could stun it and go top right. Oh, what are we doing? It depends what angle he's got. If he's straight, then I don't think he could really play on the one in the middle next. Just off straight. Alright, so what are we doing here? So if he tops past if he goes past straight here, then he can stun over to the left, and he's got a huge gap to play into for the black, for the yellow, and then all he's got to do is stun in for the black. But I feel like he's going to play straight and screw straight back, which is not a bad option. If he's short straight though, this is a big problem. But I think he's just about alright. See, I don't think he was alright. It didn't look great to me. It looked like it looks like he's pretty much played it straight. And I did wonder if he was gonna if he'd have potted it clean, I think he'd have actually screwed back and snookered himself. But it's just because he got down on it so quick, I presumed he was okay, but obviously not. But it's a poor shot from Darren. I feel like he's played it a little bit quick as well. Like, I don't know if he's getting excited about winning it, or it's just, which can happen. But it was just a poor shot, to be honest, just to leave him on the ball. He doesn't even need to play a loss of turn. He just needs to not leave Tom on the ball at the top. Just play a containing shot, probably would have been fine, but so that's been and gone now. It's 4-3, so I feel so it depends what way you look at Paul. Really, Tom should have got out made a mistake, and then as soon as he's made that mistake, Darren Darren should always be winning that frame. Realistically, unless Tom does something really special like pot a ball out of snooker. But he just sort of handed it back. So that's, we'll call that chance one for Darren to get over the line. So he'll be hoping for 6 balls off the break, all of them reds, red over a bag, black over another bag. And it's not it's not what he wanted. It's definitely not 6 in and absolute tap-ins. It's a dry break, which was probably pretty predictable considering that's the way the pool gods are. They like to do stuff like that to you. You feel you're sat there at 4-2 up, you're going to get a chance, and one comes and you're like, well, it's still 4-2, or now it goes 4-3, and then you dry break. And again, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tom clear up from here. They're not easy, but he certainly played some good pool today. But I think now he's well. I'm going to say he's definitely not going to clear up from here. The good thing for him here, I think, is that the red and the yellow don't plant. So if they did, I think Darren just takes them straight off the table after Tom presumably plays a safety shot here, and then Darren's balls all go. Like, that red takes just as much figuring out for Darren as it does for Tom. And I think basically what we'll see, or at least what we should see, is Tom's going to start opening his balls. Darren should start opening his balls as well to get them all good for like so that when Darren crashes into that, if he's forced to go, that he just needs to like the balls were all there once he's played it. And I think if he plays, I know he's got the red near the left middle that goes off the yellow, but it's a little bit far away. I think if so, Darren can do something here that deals with both his problems, which is if the red that's in the middle of the bulk area, if he just plays it straight, or like, and just nudges it just to be potable off the yellow, because it deals with his bad ball. Essentially, it deals with his 2 bad balls, because he's basically saying on his next go, everything else goes. I'm going to pump the red off the yellow, and then everything else goes, so I'm going to clear up. And that's what he's played. So, still thinking, well, he's just, the execution's just maybe made that a bit trickier. I can't quite tell how close that is to the bag, the yellow, but I'm not sure it goes off it. But I mean, at least he's seen it. I think in the games that I've watched, the players can all put balls and things like that, but it's like some of the safety has just been not very well thought out, and I think that was a smart shot that Darren played there. Maybe it was the obvious shot. I don't really remember if he could see anything down the table, but still give him his credit for that. But probably wouldn't have pushed it away on another shot. At least not put it on the other rail. I'd have maybe been flicking off the other side of that to get it where I wanted it to be on the shot before. But yeah, all this stuff is sort of just giving, like Tom really is just happy to wait here, because he can't do anything. He can't force. I mean, he could force a finish, but there's a fair chance he chucks the frame away. Whereas like now Darren's ball's awkward again, and it's like Darren's the one that needs to really get in a position to attack, because I don't really see Tom doing it anytime soon. I mean, he might do. Again, I said that I'm not really watched a lot of Tom. He might be a really aggressive player, and he could, for example, look to crash into it off one of these balls that's over the bag. But I'm not sure that's the right shot. But we'll see what happens. A little nudge. Oh, I wonder. That nudge there might have just made playing that red that he's just flicked off the yellow a lot easier. So if he can he put another ball? He might have to play the plant with loads of right hand side, and then play that shot that I've played that up there. Ah, it's gone smelly. I don't get why he's played that with the other side. I think if he's planning to go into them, like if they didn't go, crash into them. Don't just sort of fanny it, stick it in rose head, get him moving. Unless he's weighed up like a precise shot, but I don't think he did that. I don't think he really looked at it. Just get him moving, and then you might. Yeah, I don't think he give himself the best chance there. I wonder if he's still. Can he still look at pushing this red up there towards the yellow and still just be like, well, the other balls go, because that red on the side rail does go, and then the one that's close to the white now goes in the left bag. So don't play it now. You don't need to rush into playing this off that ball. Just put it there. So that will do, because he could play the cannon on the next shot if he wants to. I mean, there's certainly more passive ways to play this frame than doing that there. I think, obviously I spoke about Tom earlier, I think someone like Tom maybe doesn't play that shot or doesn't look to go crashing into it like I'm going to. Or someone like me or a Michael Hope is probably a bit more patient, a bit more measured, but certainly that's why I play poor. I just like crashing into balls. It's a bit more fun. And it's great when it winds half a person up, because you had a bit of run. I wonder if here, can Darren play the double, play the bottom right, bottom left, and then look. Typically you don't want to leave a cannon till last, but I feel like there's no point if he was going to go here. I mean, can he get into it now? He can. Oh, that's come out nice. So I think we're going to see bottom left, get onto the bottom rail. So then you've got angle. You could just stun up, and as long as he stuns up and he's in the line of hitting the yellow that's closest to the right bag, then he's always perfect, pretty much. Or there's actually a chalk mark just short of that, like somewhere around that area, and then he's got the one top left for the black. Doesn't. Oh, he probably could have done without that bouncing off the rail. It's a small detail, but it makes a big difference if he can't. Like, if he's on the rail, it's so much easier to stun out, but I think he might just be good anyway. He could probably force it. And he could. Probably got into it a little bit more than he wanted. As I said about that chalk mark, you can see it's just like up and right of it, and he's just a little bit straighter. I think that's ideally as much angle as you'd have wanted, but still got the shot. So he's right-handed, so this yellow is probably a little bit in the way for him, whereas the left-hander wouldn't really have that. Bounce. Oh, I don't know. I don't feel this cuts. I don't feel it cuts. I think he should have stunned it. I know I didn't say it before, so it's easy to say. I think he should have stunned it. I think if you don't know where the white's going, stun it in, because I think he had enough angle. I didn't really think he was going to miss the pot, but just roll it in, knowing you're not going to, most likely not going to be in the black. Did he push that? No? Probably not. the stream is a little bit laggy, which probably, I'm sure you guys probably got the same. So probably nowhere near appreciate it. Just lagged a little bit on my screen. So apologies for that if it is laggy. Oh, he's short there again. So he's either got to jack up and screw this in, or just take his medicine. I feel like I would play the one over the middle and screw back, because I trust my cue ball a lot more than I would trust myself to pot the ball, especially rolling in dead weight, knowing that your opponent's going to be in the black. I don't like rolling balls personally, but I'm not. I mean, he's played that well. I'm not going to say that's the right shot, but he has played it well. Don't hit the black. Oh, he's got away with it. So it's a second chance gone for Darren. And well, my 4-all prediction with I said a couple of dishes. I think that was one out of those four frames from 2-all was a dish. A couple of scrappy frames. I mean, we got that, and so I'd say my guess is pretty good. What did I say for the decider? Whoever had the first chance was gonna miss or snooker themselves on the black. I would be sick for Darren here if Tom did break dish. I don't want to see Tom going off the break again though, I think. I don't think he could deal with that again. Just Tom's gone for a quick toilet break. So 1 frame for the title. I don't know what time they started. 10 o'clock, around about 10 o'clock. So what's that? 11 hours of pool, around about that. It's always funny. 11 hours of pool or a weekend of pool or whatever it is, and it always comes down to like 1 frame. I wonder if they're chatting about doing a deal now. Now it's gone down to 1 frame. I know they spoke about it before. They did agree not to do it, which I said at the start, which, in my opinion, always makes for a better match. I feel like you see more pressure, a bit more drama. I.e., Darren is like, he was so close to winning a match there. Really, he's only an inch away from being on the black. Rather than just, well, I suppose I can't talk. I did split a final when we did a 6 red, but that was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I could barely stand. I'm going to go 3 balls. Interesting that Tom's gone back to the white in the centre of the table. He's not... I don't think he's actually... I mean, he's obviously not hit them well. I feel he took some off. He did lose the white to the side rail again, which was sort of, I think, why he moved from breaking from the centre on his last break. But he made a ball, and he's... I mean, to be fair, if he crashes into these, if he catches the top side of this red, so don't just crash into him, catch the top side of the red, nudge the black, and you're going to be on the ball. Oh, I feel for him there. I think if he'd have caught a little bit more of that red, he'd have opened them up a little bit better. Maybe not at that pace, and he'd have flicked the red, flicked the black, and he'd have been guaranteed on this the red in the left middle, but as it he's played it controlled, so I've got a bit of time for him not just crashing into them. I feel like he saw the way to play the shot, just didn't quite get it right. But if he's feeling adventurous, you can go into them again, or you can just roll it over the bag pretty much and leave Darren in between the yellow and the red, like nestled. I mean, that's come out great for him, to be honest. I don't think that yellow goes anywhere. I don't think it goes in the left middle. I don't think it goes in the bottom right. So if Darren can get to the bottom left of this cue ball and play the red at the bottom and screw and play loss of turn, but he needs side to get there realistically. If not, I'd probably just flick off this on the right hand side, or maybe double it back into the yellow. Yeah, it's a wise shot. I think if you're yellows here, it could be very easy just to look at this and go like, oh, let me just get my bad ball out. But he's got to be careful, because if Darren was come to the table with those balls in the middle more open, like all of Darren's balls still go. So he's obviously not going to play that kind of shot. But he's also got to be careful here not to leave a loss of turn, which he has. And I think red's his favourite. If he's skinny, so you skinny off the face of this and you leave the white in the draws. That's the way you want to play this, and he's gonna try and clip it thin left. I don't like that. I mean, I'm okay my weekend, but I wouldn't in a decider be trying to chop something thin with check side run inside, especially because I thought he was close to nudging his ball and therefore Tom's bad ball. But I think he'll take that. But I think again, if he watches it back, or if we speak about this after, like, just flick off the face of it is just a far more controlled way to play that shot, and I think Reds then is a big favourite, to be honest. And Tom's looking at if the yellow goes. I imagine if it does go, you'd have to pot it with loads of right hand side just to try and squeeze it. So we're up to 50 people watching. So that's 50 people having their late Sunday nights ruined by listening to me talk about pool. But I'm sure most of you probably got muted by now. I would. It's a shame there's no live chat. I'd be interested to hear who everyone thinks is going to win here. It'd probably make it a little bit easier rather than me just talking to myself for an hour straight. But yeah, what's everyone think's going to happen? I mean, if that goes, that's a great shot. I feel like he needed to be an inch lower to force this, but yeah, you see him queuing up with loads of right hand side. Alright, flew in. Wow, what a shot. So can he top through this ball? Maybe right hand side to top through it and just accept that you're going to have a fin. Like, if he plays it with topspin, he's always going to be, at worst case, like somewhere near the middle. It's going to be thin, but he's going to have a shot at it, and it would probably cover the bag or block some of the reds. But he stunned it. I mean, these middles are big, but I'm not sure that cuts. The double, if he plays a double, he's got to be mindful of the fact that if he plays it slow, it's going to slide a lot. I don't think it's a shot to play it slow. I think you play it at pace. The other reason you play at pace would be to pit Tom's ball safe, Darren's. But hey, it cut in. What finish? I didn't think half those balls went, to be honest. But yeah, so that's Tom Reed, the first B team. What's it called? B category competition. So well done, Tom. Well done to everyone that played, and enjoy the money and the winnings, Tom.